I recently had my soul sucked out of my body by a villain driven by greed with a bloodlust similar to entities like Jack the Ripper. I'm of course talking about the infamous Tom Nook and his sociopathic nephews, Timmy and Tommy. Yet I'm still inclined to tell you that Animal Crossing New Horizons is better than real life. You've got a vast island to explore, full of characters that hold a charm so genuine, it makes you want to just gobble the little people up. Except this one. I don't like this one. This game was my introduction to the series, meaning I went into it with absolutely no knowledge of my overall objective or how to get there. But it's beautiful because the real joy of this game is less in the destination and more in the journey. You see, Animal Crossing is connected to the internal clock on your Switch, meaning that the days in Animal Crossing are in sync to the days in real life, making it very easy for that line between reality and fiction to blur. I have a hard time waking up in the morning for important tasks like work or other human things, but you better believe that I set an alarm for Sunday morning so I could buy as many turnips as possible. And you also better believe that my whole body goes into panic mode when I'm only 10,000 bells short of building a bridge and the shop closes in 3 minutes. Which brings me to my next point. The customization in this game is really what gives the player true freedom. There are a lot of items here, so many in fact that people have even created a website called Nookazon where players can put their unique items up for sale and even have them delivered to their island. The Wall Street Journal actually wrote an article on the inflation rate of certain items, but anyways, after a couple weeks of playing, you'll probably go into a dopamine overdrive because you finally got a 3-star island, meaning you can start terraforming, which allows you to utilize the game's true customization capability by turning your wildest dreams into a reality. People like to call this game a life sim, similar to The Sims, maybe Stardew Valley, but I think that's much too narrow of a term to define the likes of Animal Crossing. It's more like a life sim, collectathon, sandbox, simulator inside of another simulation. I'm already pretty susceptible to brainwashing through bright colors and high-pitched noises, but something about the way Nintendo does it just feels so smooth on my brain. Most of the character models in this game are unique to say the least, not just in the way they're designed, but also in the way their houses are designed. I mean, I could definitely see myself living here one day. With that being said, my greatest complaint doesn't really come into play until you've already put 100 hours into the game.
Lord, forgive me.
That problem being the lack of overall variety when it comes to dialogue. All of the characters fall into 8 different archetypes, meaning that most villagers basically spit out the same dialogue as any other villager who is also in that archetype, but this does come with a few exceptions like individual catchphrases. I think this makes the characters feel a bit robotic at times, but like I said, you probably won't even notice if you're just playing the game casually. If I could go back in time and play this game again, well, to be quite honest, I wouldn't. But that's just because of the amount of time I wasted in this game when I could have been much more productive by doing other things, like climbing my rank in Overwatch 2, for example. But all jokes aside, this game is the perfect way to unwind after a long day, and it's probably a game that I will pick up again in the future because there's still so much potential in creating a better island for my villagers.